Good evening, I'm Sonia Kariselvam and this is KiniNews. DAP e-hailing driver Ong Ing Keong has commented on the charges against the police officer who assaulted him. This is what he had to say about the matter.
DAP e-hailing driver Ong Ing Keong is disappointed that he did not catch a glimpse of the police officer who assaulted him. Through the assistance of a sign language interpreter, his response was shared with Malaysiakini via text messages. Ong is also upset that his assailant was let off with a 1,000 ringgit fine, read the message. It added that Ong thought he would face his assailant in court in front of lawyers and the judge like what he sees in the dramas. Meanwhile, Deaf Advocacy and Wellbeing National Organisation Malaysia Secretary General Anthony Chong told Malaysiakini that Ong was also expecting his assailant's photograph to be published. According to him, Ong said that just the person's name was not enough. He said unfortunately Ong was not informed in advance about the case and all of it happened suddenly. Chong added that Ong is not satisfied because everything happened without his knowledge. He also said that Ong would not relent and continue to pursue the matter but did not elaborate on it. Yesterday, the police officer Muhammad Taufik Ismail pleaded guilty to assaulting the 47-year-old driver outside the St. Regis Hotel in Kuala Lumpur on May 28th. The Kuala Lumpur Magistrates Court slapped him with a 1,000 ringgit fine.
Meanwhile, Pendang MP Lim Guan Eng has asked if the officer had been suspended, demoted or fired.
A DAP lawmaker wants to know if disciplinary action will be taken against the police officer who assaulted a deaf e-hailing driver. Pendang MP Lim Guan Eng asked if the assailant had been suspended from his duties, demoted, fired, or if there will be no disciplinary action taken against him. Speaking to Malaysiakini, he said further action must be taken against Muhammad Taufik Ismail to restore public confidence. Lim added that if no actions were taken, it would send the wrong message that the authorities are okay with letting things slide, eroding trust in the process. Yesterday, the Kuala Lumpur Magistrates Court slapped Taufik with a 1,000 ringgit fine after he pleaded guilty to assaulting Ong Ing Keong outside the St. Regis Hotel in Kuala Lumpur on May 28th. At the time of the incident, the police officer was escorting Johor Region Tunku Ismail Sultan Ibrahim, who had also called for action to be taken. Ong and the Deaf Advocacy and Wellbeing National Organisation Malaysia have both expressed disappointment with the lenient sentence. Ong said that he wanted to confront his assailant in court, whereas Don warned that the judgment sets a dangerous precedent.
In conjunction with Malaysiakini turning 25, from now to 13 November, you can subscribe or renew your Malaysiakini package with 25% off. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to enjoy this exclusive offer. Moving on to Parliament, DAP has responded to claims made by Pendang MP Awang Hashim. They said the allegations were baseless and false.
DAP has called for Pendang MP Awang Hashim to apologise and repent for making defamatory statements regarding an alleged discovery of 94 million ringgit in cash at the residence of a former minister from the party. In a press conference today, DAP chairperson Lim Guan Eng said Awang was clearly making allegations against former Human Resources Minister V Sivakumar. He said Awang should repent for his defamatory and false statement, as the MACC has firmly denied the defamatory statement. Meanwhile, Bukit Gelugur MP Ramkarpal Singh said DAP would table a motion to refer Awang to the Parliamentary Rights and Privileges Committee.
Oleh kerana kami berpendirian bahawa ini merupakan satu isu yang amat serius, satu isu yang tidak boleh dibangkitkan secara sewenang-wenangnya di Dewan yang mulia ini. Sudah dibuktikan sekarang bahawa allegation yang telah pun dibuat oleh Yang Berhormat Pendang itu memangnya satu tuduhan liar yang langsungnya tidak berasas sama sekali.
Sivakumar also denied the claims, saying that it was aimed at damaging his integrity and dignity as well as the party he represents. Awang made the claim about the 94 million ringgit while debating Budget 2025 in the Dewan Rakyat yesterday. Though he did not name Sivakumar, the past lawmaker claimed the money was found during an MACC raid on a former minister's house.
Hadis' dream was back in the headlines today with an UMNO leader questioning why he had to brought up the decade-old dream.
UMNO Supreme Council member Muhammad Puan Zarkashi has questioned the motive behind past President Abdul Hadi Awang bringing up a dream he had of meeting the Prophet that occurred a decade ago. In a post on Facebook, he said past Information Chief Ahmad Fadli Shari is right when he asked what's the fuss about Hadi dreaming of meeting Prophet Muhammad. He added the real question is, why bring up the dream of meeting the Prophet 10 years later, claiming he was told to reconcile Sunnis and Shias? Puan asked what the motive was and said he was just asking and not getting worked up over it. He also questioned what Hadi had done to realize the dream. Pointing out that 10 years later has already passed, he asked if Hadi has started efforts to achieve it. Puan also suggested that the dream could be a sign for Hadi to act closer to home by uniting the Islamist party with UMNO. He said perhaps the dream is a reminder for Hadi to reconcile UMNO and PAS first. Puan added that he shouldn't play politics and just join the unity government. Yesterday, PAS came to its president's defense after a video showed Hadi speaking about his dream, causing a stir online and courting varied reactions from political leaders. Fadli had clarified that Hadi's story was shared in a family context during a program, and it was not intended to elevate the past president or for self-praise.
Tony Phua has stressed that bad investments like Fashion Valet are expected in the venture capital game. He said in ventures there will always be more failures than successes.
Former lawmaker Tony Phua said bad investments like Fashion Valet are part of known risks in making capital venture investments. He said that in ventures there will always be more failures than successes. In a post on Facebook yesterday, he said that in the venture capital game, it expected that out of 10 investments, 3 or 4 will be disasters. 3 or 4 will just about cover cost, while 2 or 3 will make spectacular returns. In his post, Phua did not discount the possibility of wrongdoing in Fashion Valet, but remarked that critics have not furnished any evidence to back up such claims thus far. He also warned that overt criticism will only create a culture where decision-makers will not take risks. He said Malaysia will then be the loser because young entrepreneurs will be unable to raise the necessary funds to grow their big ideas and compete regionally or globally. Phua was commenting on the backlash against Fashion Valet over a 44 million ringgit loss in value suffered by Khazanah Nasional and Permodalan Nasional Berhad. Khazanah and PNB invested in the clothing brand in March 2018, 2 months before Pakatan Harapan took power that year.
The IGP has responded to claims that a Malaysian had been fighting in Ukraine. He said the man is believed to still be alive and well.
Inspector General of Police Razaruddin Hussain said the Malaysian man who was reportedly a mercenary fighting in Ukraine against Russia has been identified as Lee Bing Hang and is believed to still be alive and well. He said preliminary investigations found Lee, 20, was wounded in the ankle by shrapnel from a Russian drone and has completed his treatment. He added that during the attack, Lee managed to escape but dropped his MyCard and driving license, but managed to retain his passport. Elaborating, he said investigations showed Lee was motivated to sign up as a mercenary because of his interest in the military, an attractive salary of up to $2,700 a month. Razaruddin said that Lee became a mercenary in Ukraine in April after applying on the Ukrainian military's website and was the sole participant from Malaysia. He added that it is understood that Lee went to the United Kingdom in March before signing up for the Ukraine-Russia war and did not plan to return home. Several photographs showing a MyCard and a Malaysian driving license with a Perlis address had gone viral previously. The documents were allegedly found on a battlefield in Ukraine after Russian forces captured a Ukrainian base.
That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Sonia Kaliselvam. Thanks for watching.